Ladies and gentlemen, in the modern era, there's been a number of baseball strikes that have either cut the season in half, cut a few games from the schedule, or canceled the whole season. But to our memory in the media, and for a lot of people that follow the history of Ty Cobb, there's only one strike that really meant something before that. It was in 1912. Now, today we're going to be talking about the semi-strike, or what they call the 24-hour strike of the Detroit Tigers. Now, on May 15, 1912, Detroit Tigers star Ty Cobb went into the stands and assaulted a fan who had been heckling him. Cobb was then suspended by American League President Ban Johnson. Very good name, Ban Johnson, no joke. The other Tigers refused to play unless Cobb was reinstated. Johnson threatened Tigers owner Frank Navin with a stiff fine if he did not field the team. So manager Huey Jennings quickly recruited a pickup team of sandlot players, semi-pro players, and college baseball students. The replacement team played one game on May 18, 1912, after which the Tigers players relented and returned to play for future games, under threat of lifetime banishment. So Ty Cobb once said that was the worst judgment he ever saw in baseball history, because they were threatening his teammates with a lifetime ban because they were sporting their squad instead of a fine. Now, the following players appeared in the May 18, 1912 game, when the Tigers lost to the Philadelphia Athletics of a close score of 24-2. Ed Irwin, Huey Jennings, Bill Linehauser, Billy Mahag, Vincent Mandy, Jim McGarr, Dan McGarvey, Deacon McGuire, great Irish name by the way, Jack Smith, Joe Sudgeon, Allan Travers, and Hap Ward. Now, Joe Sudgeon and Deacon McGuire were Tigers coaches who had long baseball careers. The game was their last major league appearance. Actually, Huey Jennings was the Tigers manager. He also had a long career and was later elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame. Jennings appeared as a pinch hitter in the ninth inning. Now, none of the other players ever appeared in another major league game before or after, except for Billy Mayhar, who appeared in one other contest as a courtesy in the last game of the 16th season. Maharg was lately deeply involved in the Black Sox scandal. Jack Smith played 2 innings in the field, but no plate appearances and consequently no batting average. Ed Irwin was the only recruit to have a hit. The Tigers coaches each had 1. Irwin had 2 triples, and so retired with a major league batting average of .667 and a slugging average of 2.0. Allan Travers' 24 runs allowed is still the American League record for a complete game, and we'll get into Allan's career in a second. Arthur Bugs Bear, who later went on to become a noted journalist and humorist, was a member of the squad. Recruited as a backup bench player, he did not appear in the game. Now, Travers was a very interesting cat, and we'll see right here. Now, Aloysius Stanislaus Travers, born Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 1892. Now, Detroit manager Huey Jennings found Travers on a city street corner. At the time, he was 20 and a junior at Philadelphia's St. Joseph's College. He was a violinist by trade in the student orchestra and never pitched a game in his life. He had even been able to make the school's varsity baseball squad. Instead, Travers served as the team's AM, preparing game summaries for the school annual. Yet on May 18, 1912, Travers became a starting pitcher in a Major League Baseball game, walking out on the mound in front of 15,000 Philly fans at Shibe Park to face the 2-time defending World Series champions. Over the next 2 hours, Travers pitched for some of the best players of the era, including Frank Home Run Baker, Eddie Collins, and Stuffy McGinnis. Under these unlikely circumstances, he pitched a complete game. His line was 26 hits, 24 runs, 14 earned runs, 7 walks, and 1 beautiful strikeout. He faced 50 batters through 8 innings and was tagged with a loss in the 24-2 decision. He never played in the Major League again, preserving his career ERA at 15.75. Several years later, he told his story in an interview with sports writer Red Smith. He recalled being asked to round up as many fellows I could find to play for the Tigers. Travers claims to have gone to the corner of 23rd and Columbia in Philly, where a bunch of fellows were standing around the corner. That bunch of fellows became the Detroit Tigers for one day. When asked about his performance on the mound, he told Smith that he threw slow curves that day because the A's were not used to them, and because manager Huey Jennings told Travers not to throw any fastballs as he was afraid I might get killed. Travers later entered the Society of Jesus, also known as the Jesuits, and was ordained as a Catholic priest in 1926. He is the only priest to have played Major League Baseball. Travers taught at St. Francis Xavier High School in Manhattan and was later named Dean of Men at St. Joseph College from 43 to 68. He taught Spanish and religion at St. Joseph's Preparatory School in Philly. Now, Travers lived in Philadelphia for most of his life. Unfortunately, he passed away at Misericordia Hospital in 1968 at age 75. So a very interesting cat for sure. And again, quite the conversation. He said, "So you're a Major League Baseball player?" "Yeah, hold a distinction. I only played one game, and I'm the only priest to ever play in Major League Baseball." If you know, ladies and gentlemen, of any ministers or priests have ever played Major League Baseball, later or after, let me know. I don't think it happens very often. I don't think religion and baseball are really close cousins. Not like hockey and football, because every football player, you saw the NFL honors the first person. The tank is not their agent, but Jesus is an agent for everybody. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the story of the Ty Cobb Sympathy Strike. If you like what we're doing here, what our vintage podcasts on baseball in the first golden era, let us know what a like, comment, subscribe, or share.